And we're going to hope that some more people come online in the next couple of minutes. So if you want to go grab yourself like a glass of water or something to keep you cozy for our chat, you can go ahead and do that.
Maybe a tea.
Tea's going to take too long to make.
Okay, don't make a tea. Just get water. So let's start with, we have a flow for the evening, and the first thing that we're going to do is to ground down and connect through breath. And so we're going to invite you all, before we explain more about the evening, to close your eyes and find a comfortable position for your body.
And so just getting comfortable, we're going to do a few moments just to like drop into our breath, to clear out whatever we did earlier on in the day so that we can be here now and just get really present with ourselves. And who knows who will show up in the next couple of minutes. So if you want to close your eyes, you can. If you want to take your glasses off, you can. You might allow the body to kind of just slouch, or you might feel like you want to sit up really tall. Listen to your body and honor your body. But do close the eyes and allow your awareness to come inside. And you might be breathing through the nose, you might be breathing through the mouth. Neither one is better than the other. Just become more aware of the sensation of your breath as you invite it in. And take a few more conscious breaths. Noticing the quality of the breath. Noticing where you feel the sensation of your breath in your body. Inviting more breath in. Our breath is our life force. And so as you breathe in deeper, you invite more life force energy into your body. And feeling the breath move downwards as you exhale. And really focusing on the exhale for the next 5 to 10 breaths. And each exhale is an opportunity for you to purge and release anything that's not yours. So anyone that you spoke to today, anyone you came in contact with, just letting go of what might not be yours, any residue of what was theirs in your energy body, releasing that. Letting go of anything that you don't need now in this moment. Just letting it float down back to Mother Earth. And taking fuller breaths, allowing the shoulders to relax, allowing the jaw to relax. And now that we've released the things that we don't need tonight, can you turn down the dial of the analyzer, the critic, that voice that sometimes speaks a little too much or a little too loudly, the one that compares? Just turning that dial down. Right next to it, there's another dial, and that's for the inner wise one. Sometimes people call that the higher self or the expanded self, and let's turn that volume up. A few more big breaths, turning that dial up a little louder. And take a big deep breath in through the nose. Breathe in as much as you can. Open your mouth, exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. In through the nose, bring it in. Open the mouth, let it out. And again, one more time. This time, make a noise. Exhale. Ha. And come back to a natural rhythm in your breath. And as you invite your awareness back up to the surface, becoming present by bringing a little smile to your face, letting the edges of your mouth curl up, and taking a moment to acknowledge that you took inspired action by showing up tonight. That's an act of self-love, and that's something you should definitely be proud of. Thank you for trusting us. When you're ready to, you can flicker your eyes open. And you can unmute yourself. Welcome. And I'm just going to open this up so I can see who else is here. Thank you. Beautiful. Hey. Welcome. For those of you who I haven't met yet, my name's Jamie Verk. I also go by J Love. That's my nickname. You're welcome to call me that. And this is...
I'm Katie Hamilton.
And we're the co-creators of Body Love Mission, and we're so excited to have you here today. This has been something that we have been working on actively for the last year, but really working on for the last 20-something years of our lives individually. And now collectively, we get to collaborate and share years of self-inquiry with you, and in a way to empower you and to bring you into community and connect with like-minded souls that are ready to grow in whatever way they are able to now. Thank you for being here.
So a little bit about how tonight's going to go. We're going to introduce ourselves and how we support people. And then we're going to go into asking you questions, an opportunity to share. And if you would like feedback, you'll understand once we do our introduction more about what we offer, how we support our clients, our community, and who we are. And so how we can be of support for you. So this community, why we were inspired to create this Body Love membership, we do deep dive programs. And so for some of the people who have graduated, we wanted a place where we can still grow together, but without the depth of commitment that those deep dive programs require. But also inviting new people into our membership, into our community, because whether we've done a deep dive or you've been doing it with someone else or on your own, this is a place that we want to create safety, non-judgment, and compassion, so that we can bring forward all of the growth and the challenges and the celebrations and the wins, right? So that's essentially what we're holding a container for, is for us to be able to openly talk and feel safe. Maybe we don't have that in relationship with anyone. And that's what we've created here in our groups. And that's what we want to offer to you as well. Also, we'll dive into like a little bit about our background and what we do, but we do support people with nutrition and moving through emotional challenges and limiting beliefs. Like we love it all. Shame, you bring it here. We love it all. This is all of it. All of the things that we perhaps felt embarrassed to talk about with someone else. This is the place that J Love and I are committed to holding space for. And then we want you to meet each other, and we want to also, there's beautiful connections that will be made and that have been made in our previous groups that are incredible. And so we want to create a space where people can come and connect. So we're also thinking of bringing this beyond just the Zoom and the workouts, but also into like a community connection. We'll talk more about that at the end. So a little bit about Body Love, like our, how would you describe
our
it?
methodology.
Our methodology. What is Body Love Mission, and what is this mission about, and how can it support you? So just as a foundational call for our first month together, we want to really let you know about like what is of offer here. The first step of our methodology when we're working with people is awareness. And I think we can all attest this, that we know that we need to bring some level of self-awareness to our current patterns, our current habits, our current operating system in our mind, to be able to even make transformation. We have to start bringing awareness. So that's one thing that we're going to always encourage you is self-awareness today. What's present today? What are the habits? What are the patterns? What are the limiting beliefs? And how are you treating yourself? And so through conversation, through our inspiration, and through our messaging, I think that's going to be something that you gain more and more of. It's excitement about self-awareness.
And body love is not just about how we care for the physical body. The physical body is the home to all of our thoughts and all of our emotions. So it's not just taking care of one aspect of yourself, but holistically, how are you caring for all aspects of yourself? And so there's different tooling to take care of the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, the spiritual body, and the social body that wants to connect in community with other bodies that want to do the same thing.
And on our journey, so like I went to McMaster for kinesiology, and I started studying the body quite young. Even before university, I was interested in understanding how this vessel works and how to optimize it. But I noticed that I was like, okay, I'm a personal trainer, and now I'm a nutritionist, and now I'm into energy medicine, and now I'm into emotional release. It's like, what would I call myself? And finally, when I met J-Love, it all came together 20 years later. It's like, oh, it makes sense now. I'm not going to be one thing. I'm going to understand the whole thing, because that's the level that I'm interested in working at, and getting to the root, right? There's always a root. When there's, so part of what we support you with is understanding how to listen to your body's signals and pain. Pain is a communication. It is a gift that is driving us deeper to what is underlying that pain, right? And so what we like to do is support people with understanding what their pain, what their symptoms are actually saying. Mm-hmm. There will be no bypassing that, and there's no like numbing that out here. That it's all about, okay, let's go deeper until we understand that root. So we are interested in supporting you to heal at the root. That is something that we do. So after awareness comes acceptance. Okay, I accept where I am. I'm not going to be a victim anymore to my life. I'm actually going to be in the driver's seat, and I'm going to take full responsibility. And we love working with people who are ready to take responsibility, because after you take responsibility, the next step is we help you with a blueprint. And many of us have been, I've been on many different paths that have been dead ends. And so part of what we've discovered over the 20 years of our own self-healing practice is blueprints that actually help you to heal at the root. And so that's what we're interested in, supporting you with your own intuition and our guidance as well, and each other, because you all have wisdom here, is to understand that there is a way. There is a way to heal, there is a way to transform, and there is a way to create the life we actually want. And ultimately, that's why we're doing all of this, so we can be the creators that we truly are. And so part of that blueprint is that's when we support you with the habits, the daily habits, like what's going in your body nutrition wise? What are your sleep habits like? What's your environment like that you're in, right? Who are the humans that you're connecting with? What are the thoughts you're digesting every day, right? And so we start changing those habits. 2 ways to make change your beliefs and make different choices. Right? So once we work on thoughts and feelings, it's not enough to actually implement and create change and transformation. We have to make a new choice. So with the information, with the empowerment of this knowledge, you actually feel inspired to make a new choice that day. And when you make that new choice, that ends up over time creating a different body, a different mindset, and a different reality. So that leads us to the inspired action. We're interested in you becoming leaders of your life. And that's when we know we're the most successful, when our clients move on. They're like, okay, I feel in control now. I feel I'm in the driver's seat. And that's the most exciting place. And then staying a part of community and sharing that, because we're all going to go through these phases. Oh, another piece of self-awareness came forward. Another thing I want to change. So that's step 4, which is like the healing starts to happen because you're taking inspired action.
And the consistency of that, because transformation doesn't happen overnight. And it is consistently and constantly happening if you stay committed to those new choices.
And the accountability. I've been working with people one-on-one for the majority of my professional career in health coaching. And it wasn't until I met J-Love that we realized, oh my God, it's community. This is the way of the future. And how do we redefine the way that we communicate with others? No longer do we stand for the competition and the comparison. And not that we shame that, but that's part of chauvinism. That's part of separation paradigm. And we're here to dissolve that within this community. Yes. Right. And so we're creating a blueprint with each other, real time, something that hasn't been done before. That is what we're doing here on Earth right now, on a more holistic, higher level to speak to it. We are creating something that has not been done before on Earth in human bodies. And we are almost becoming a new person within this body. Right. And so there's going to be dread. There's going to be fear. There's going to be all of that stuff. And that's why we need each other. Because that fear could be enough to like, no, I'm not going to do that work for a year. You could just put that off. But when you have someone look at you and say, I believe in you, you can do this. I love you. Even when you bring forward all your shame, I still love you. That motivates you to do it quicker, faster, and go deeper. And like, I know time for me, it's like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this so that we can live that right now in this life.
And I think that's the most exciting piece for us as coaches, to see our clients do it 10 times faster than we did.
Yeah.
Because they have the support group being like, you can do this. I know personally, I did a lot of my work alone for many, many years, and it was like an uphill battle all along the way. I spent a lot of time in shame and in hiding, and being in community allows you to step forward into the light, to shine the light onto those dark, ugly places that you've hidden away. And by just allowing people to see you, you elevate, you dissolve the heaviness, you let it go. And it happens way faster.
Yeah. And then on the other side of that, the last step of this experience is the freedom. And that's really what we're here for, is your freedom. Your freedom to create, freely create, full liberation in your creativity, whatever makes you feel in pleasure and joy. And that's what this is about. More pleasure, more joy. Because that's what I've experienced from this healing journey, is more pleasure, more joy, more peace. Not waiting for the shoe to drop, not having the PTSD from my childhood that was very traumatic. And it's just like, oh my gosh, to live with peace in my heart is just, it's priceless. And so if we can bring even an ounce of that into other people's lives, then I feel very fulfilled. So this is sort of our bigger picture, and this is what you would get. This is what you're gonna get exposure to in this community. This is our language. This is what we believe in, and will continue to expand as we grow as well. Your inputs, your participation, your beautiful journey is all going to be a part of it, and going to uplift all of us, right? We're here to feel emboldened and uplifted by each other. So that's sort of the introduction. We're not going to go over that every call. That is for this call, and this is being recorded so everyone can watch that. But yeah, does anyone want to speak? Did that inspire anything before we do introductions? Did anyone just want to popcorn style something into the community here?
I see Kara reaching for the computer, so I'm going to call upon you.
Yeah, I'm just, it all sounds very exciting. Does that mean there's going to be a section on sex toys, since we're talking about pleasure and freedom and all that?
We have a whole section in our 9-month program about shameless sexuality. So yes, we do get into sex. We do get into self-pleasure. We get into where we've outsourced our pleasure in relationships. We reclaim our pleasure. And we're doing a lot of this stuff in a group that we're just coming to a year of working together with. And it's been amazing to watch them take ownership of their pleasure in that way, when really it was like they didn't even know how to communicate what they wanted before. So yes.
And that's brilliant, because again, what has been deeply shamed?
Our sexuality.
For thousands of years. To keep us distant from our own sacred sexuality, which is our life force, like our magnetism, right? How we generate energy and attract what we want in our life, is to keep us in shame around our pleasure and our sexuality. So yes, that will definitely be weaved in to our topics and our months together. Yeah. So you know what, let's dive in. It's a nice intimate group. We didn't know how many would show up, so we do have a little more time. We would love so we'll have little segments of inviting you to speak. This first one is just your name And like whatever you feel you want to share with this group, maybe it's a goal, why you're here, what you want support with, just sort of like higher view right now before we go a little deeper. And anyone can start.
And
Katie, can you hear me?
yeah, Anna, go ahead.
I don't know how to put on my thing so you can see my face. I don't know what I've done.
Are you on a phone or an iPad or a computer?
On my computer. I'm on my computer. So there's the little three dots. And when I click on that, am I supposed to click on start video? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, here I am.
Oh my gosh, Anna.
And I think we did a one-on-one before, yeah?
Yeah, we just did.
Your face.
Yeah, just like a month ago, I think, or whenever.
Cool.
It was.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay,
good. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Happy to be here. Thanks for your introduction. It's all kind of stuff I think I've heard from you for a long time, Katie. So it's good to.
And I've been working together for a while. I started a fit club over in her neighborhood, and
Yeah.
So Anna, do you want to just share one of your goals, like, or a couple of your goals and why you're here, what you want support with from this community?
Yeah, I guess so it's funny, I was thinking about it today, and I thought usually I think whenever I've, Katie, we've talked or gotten together, or talked, really not gotten together, my goal has always been to lose weight, and I think this time I kind of turned it around and I thought, no, I just want to keep my weight where I'm at, and if I happen to lose some weight, that'll be great, but if I don't, I just don't want to put on weight, I think is what I think I wrote down as one of my goals, right? Mm-hmm. And sort of maintain, reduce my stress or anxiety, or, just maintaining my health, like keeping my good health, right? It's, I think those are my main goals, is what I'm, going towards, I think is, I keep repeating all the things in my head that you've told me over the years, right? So it's good. So that's all.
Yeah. And those are the results of a lot of the different self-care habits that we're going to inspire you with. Yeah. Good. Thanks, Anna.
Thank you, Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go next? And also there's a little button at the bottom of the screen that says reactions. So if you press it, you can actually click to raise your hand to go next. Or if you agree with something, you can put a little thumbs up, whatever you want. It's a nice way to kind of just have a quick answer. So if anyone wants to go next, you can throw a hand up, or you can just unmute yourself.
I'll go since I'm already unmuted. My name is Kara, and my goals are, number one, to be kind to myself. I've been working really hard to make some changes in my life, and my go-to is always like, it's not enough, it's not soon enough. And so I'm working really hard to just be kind to myself and celebrate kind of the progress that I am making, and accepting the days that are not progress days. Mm-hmm. So that's a big goal of mine, is to be kind to myself. And my next goal is to learn how to eat a little bit better. I'm really struggling with the eating. Half the time I'm by myself, the other half the time I have 2 young boys. So it's kind of all or nothing in my life. And I go to Wendy's a lot, like every couple of weeks. I want a burger and fries. And I'm trying to be kind to myself when I end up in the drive-thru. But frankly, I don't want to be in the drive-thru wanting a burger and fries. And I think meat is my other big goal. I really want to reduce the amount of meat that I eat, and I don't really know how to do so in a healthy way. I actually just recently got some blood work done because I'm so exhausted all the time. And my doctor said, do some blood work. So I'm low in B12 and low in iron, but I don't really know what to do with that except go to the pharmacy and get it out of a jar. So those are sort of my goals, is just to be well, and then also exercising. I was so excited about your Monday to Friday offering, but have I been to one? No.
Next week.
So that's my goal, is like eating a bit better, staying away from meat, being kind to myself, and getting to some of these exercise classes.
Yeah. Love it. And first it does start with the goals, and then it can take time to actually have the inspired action. Like, it doesn't go from a set a goal to doing. This is what I've noticed over 20 years of coaching. It's like that awareness. Oh, that self-acceptance. Okay, now I'm going to take responsibility. So one day, one exercise class. That's what I would start with. Just put it in that calendar and just do one.
Just do one.
You got to like feel like, oh, I liked that. Yeah. No, I want to do that. Okay. And that, right. And it will build, but you just start with one. Don't think about the whole thing. It's too overwhelming. The negative ego will come in and be like, you can't do it. It will come in and self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Katie's right. Pick a day, put it in your calendar, make it non-negotiable. And once you write something down, it's 41% more likely to happen. If you tell someone, hey, hold me accountable, I'm going to do this week, it's 100% going to happen. So this is another reason why we're here is we're going to make commitments and we're going to keep each other on track to fulfill those commitments.
By the end of this call, we all will have one non-negotiable, what was it?
Non-negotiable. Self-care non-negotiable.
So much talking today. Self-care non-negotiable habit.
How come you drink coffee?
Right? What?
How come you drink coffee?
How come we do?
We don't.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you said too much coffee, and I was like, I thought we were supposed to drink coffee.
No, my work is talking to people, and sometimes my brain goes, woohoo, I had enough time talking. So I'll trip over my own words. So anyways, yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I want to just chime in right now before I forget. Part of this program that we're like, what is the value for you? We're just like really trying to create a value for you. We're going to give each of you 2 questions to ask the nutritionist, and I will in a video answer your questions in a long video. So you're going to get the benefit of everyone's questions. So you mentioned about how to eat, how to get yourself off meat, how to have B12 and iron without taking supplements. I can help you with that. So that could be one of your questions. Just putting a little plug in there. Okay.
I just want to mention one thing. It's okay if you can't join us live for the movement practice. They're all recorded, and so you can do it at any point in time, but it is up to you to make that commitment, put it in your schedule, have the alarm bell go off, and do the practice.
We've had enough clients say, honestly, this is what saved me through COVID. It saved us. It is my non-negotiable. My movement practice is the thing. That hour can be the highlight of my day, or that puts me in a positive mindset so I can show up for my day. Oh, yeah. It is so powerful. I can't say enough about this practice movement. And yeah, I promise you, you're not going to regret it. I promise all of you, like, just try them. Okay.
Thank you, Kara. Who's next? No one's using the little reactions to put their hand up in the air.
That's okay. Zoom world is kind of new to all of us.
I'm going to call in Miriam.
I had a feeling that was going to happen. I was trying to stay quiet today.
Thank you.
My name is Miriam. The reason why I'm here is just because, to be honest, I just love any opportunity to learn anything, whether it's about myself or it's about nutrition or it's about something I don't know anything about. I just love to learn. I like to just be a sponge. So I'm just kind of the person that says yes to every opportunity that I can. And so for me, I know that I wrote that, like, I have a couple goals. Like, one is to like eat more vegetables. I've really like dropped that one ever since doing the nutrition reset. And it was just, honestly, it was just because I was eating like the same salad like every day for lunch, and I just got bored of it. And I'm also not, I'm not a cook by any stretch of the imagination. I don't like cooking. It's not something I enjoy doing. So it's something that I avoid at all costs, which is why I had asked Katie during the nutrition reset if microwavable vegetables were okay, which apparently they are not, in case anybody was wondering. So what happened was I ended up just not eating vegetables because I was like, well, I can't put them in the microwave. Well, then I'm not going to eat my vegetables because buying, you know, raw vegetables every couple of days was just not a realistic thing for me right now. So yeah, so I need to fix that. And then my other goals were in regards to just like how my body, as with everybody's bodies, I'm sure, have changed so much during this past year. For me, I have competed in powerlifting for the past 7 years of my life. And before that, I was a competitive cheerleader and competitive gymnast. So I've always been like a high competitor. And so I've struggled with like, I called it, you know, I feel like a deflated balloon right now, because like I used to be like very big and bulky and strong, and I liked that body type that I had. And so right now I'm just kind of like getting used to and adjusting this like new skin that I'm in. And so I'm kind of like relearning how to like love this body, and like knowing that there's like different ways of being strong, and like And that's okay, you know, if I can't deadlift 400 pounds, like that's not, you know, that's not what truly matters at the end of the day. But yeah, so I'm just kind of like dealing with my own self-talk and my own perceptions of myself. And so one of the things that I do is I work with gymnasts. I'm an instructor, and I want to actually like practice what I preach. Like I'm constantly working with these kids on like positive affirmations and like setting, you know, like making sure that they're always speaking positively to themselves. And I feel like I'm not truly embodying those things all the time, you know. In front of them, sure, I'm really, really good at it, like, you know, faking it till you make it. But when I'm actually like on my own, it's a very different side of Miriam that comes out. So I'd like to improve the way that I talk to myself.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you.
Happy to
Chef
have you here.
Jamie
Yes,
is gonna
I'm going
give
to teach you
kitchen
how to
hacks.
cook, and I'm going to teach you how to cook very easy, very simply, so that you're not overwhelmed by it. And I'll get you eating your vegetables. I promise you that.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Awesome. Katie, yeah, come on over. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Katie. What drew me here was that I had worked with Jamie doing Pilates for, I guess, a number of years, and stopped about a year ago, and have kind of been searching for that movement type practice in my life. And so connected with on Facebook a little while back. So when I saw this opportunity come up, I was excited to get back into that space and get into that practice. So that was very exciting and sort of serendipitous that I came across, I think, this group. So I'm really pleased to be with like-minded individuals. I think that's really important for me. I kind of crept around on YouTube and just really wasn't feeling connected to anything that I'd come across. So I think this is a good way to do that. In terms of nutrition, similar to Kara, I've struggled with my iron, and it's been that way pretty much since I had my kids. So it's been off and on for a number of years. So I'm always kind of working with nutrition rather than some of the heavy drugs that doctors have put me on over the years. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that sort of on a longer term basis from a nutrition point of view. Also sugar, I love cookies and little snacks. I do eat healthy, so I feel it kind of balances itself out. I do like fruits and vegetables, so that's positive, but always get those cravings. So any tips and tricks that could help to kind of curb those, I'd be looking to pick up as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna definitely be diving into nutrition in this program for sure. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Looking forward
Thank
to it.
you.
Thank you.
Have you, I'm curious, a show of hands, who has tried one of our fitness online classes so far? Yes. Okay. Great.
It's great. Katie, is it a YouTube? Is there a YouTube?
Yeah. So
it's on there.
yeah.
So
So
I'm gonna.
just so everyone
In the
has
chat box right now.
an understanding of what happened. So we started on Facebook, and so Facebook has a whole year of our programs, all of our classes. So it's basically like a library of all our classes. Now, recently we've had many people say, I'd love to join, but I'm not going to join because I don't have Facebook. I'm not interested in using Facebook. So we just switched our platform to YouTube this month. So that's not where, you know, the wellspring of all our classes are held right now. They're on Facebook. So if you want, I've sent this in all the emails, but like, if you want, just shoot me an email and I'll add you to our group, our Facebook group. So you can go in and look at all those classes, or you can go on YouTube but there's only going to be like, I guess like 10 classes now on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. But that's where we go live. So if you're in the Facebook group, you don't have to touch Facebook. You literally just go into Facebook. We link the live, and you would just click in the Facebook. It'll say Katie's going live, and then it will take you to YouTube. So you can just use the Facebook platform if that's confusing, or you can go to our YouTube platform if you don't have Facebook, and you can join live or watch all the videos. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Excellent. Okay, who's next?
And that was the email you just sent us now, right?
Yeah, that's the YouTube link that will have the classes from this month. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to call on my friend Erin Rose because I'd really love to hear her voice.
Oh, J-Love, J-Love. Oh my goodness. I love you so much. Thank you for reaching out to me. It was such a divine time, and I'm here because I need my ass kicked. And I feel like I haven't moved for 9 months of COVID, and I've just been like locked up in 4 walls. But I just need someone to hold me accountable. I'm ready to become a fucking warrior again and train insane. And when I met my woman 9 months ago, I've become a vegetarian, a pescatarian.
Okay.
But I'm an O blood type, so I also have low iron, and the Chinese herbalists or whatever were telling me that I should eat meat, but I don't want to really go back to meat. So I'm looking for like an alternative because I feel like I've lost all my muscle mass and I do have low iron. So I need to get that back up. And yeah, just being in community, because that's everything. And just like, if my loves are showing up, I can fucking show up too and do the damn thing, because every day you don't do it is just like, we need to move our body. And through COVID, like our mental health hasn't been all that well, right? Like I'll speak for myself. So yeah, I'm just here to get everything flowing again, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and become at peace, like you said, Katie. That is so important.
So important.
And yeah, I'm just so blessed to be here and be on this journey with each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thanks for bringing your vibes. Yes. Yeah. Everything you said. Yes. And this is interesting. The iron theme here.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Just quick question. Did that start happening when you stopped eating meat, or was this like something you've been battling for?
Well, I wasn't actually sure. I've been going to acupuncture, and they've been noticing like through my blood and like my body, I guess. But they realized that I had low iron, and they're like 2 people had said you need to eat meat. And I've ate meat all my life, and like I was on the keto diet, and that was like really good for me because I love to have like mass on my body as a warrior.
Okay.
But I'm open to all alternatives.
Okay.
Yeah. And just nourishing the temple, because like our health is truly our wealth.
Right.
It is. Thank you for saying that, Erin.
And those who have ever had chronic illness or chronic pain, had both for 10 years, know that it really is like, wow, it is so important.
And it starts in our body. Like this is our temple, right?
Yeah. And all the signals, what's beautiful, before we even get to that crazy place of actual like chronic pain and chronic illness, there's tiny little messages. It doesn't just come at once. We're like, oh, a freight train. No, you didn't listen to the first message and the second message, right? And so that's the other thing. We can start listening to the messages now, so it doesn't actually have to get worse later. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And so everything we're doing now is in our insurance policy on our health for 10 years from now.
Absolutely.
20 years from
This
now.
is like you being like, high five future self. I love you. That's what this is, right?
Yeah.
This is like, this is absolutely an investment in our future self, which I like thinking that way now. I like do little things for myself, thinking, oh, my future self will really appreciate that. When you're like, oh, I'll just procrastinate that, or oh, I'll just not do that thing. And I wish I did. I start thinking of that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Jennifer, lovely Jennifer.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. This is great listening to everybody. I'm Jennifer, and I've been fortunate to spend time with Katie over the last 12 weeks. Having met Katie and J-Love through my friend Sasha, who's also my yoga teacher, and probably what's become my mission is to get to the root of the pain that has sort of built up in me over the last 2 or 3 years in my joints. And I know that, nothing heals unless you get to the root of it. So I was just astounded and blessed to realize that Katie and J-Love are completely on the same page as I am as far as looking for this root, knowing where it is and knowing how to get to it, but it still requires work. I can know it all intellectually, but that's not enough. So, so that's what I'm working on. And I was really excited when they announced this, because I've learned that you really do never heal alone. And so the whole idea of community here and together in this healing process, whatever the form of it is so great. And so I'm just really looking forward to spending time here with all of you.
It's just really filling my heart and warming up my heart. And it is so beautiful to witness changes in each other and to have that person be like, hey, do you remember when it used to be like this for you? Because we can forget. But someone be like, oh no, like the way you're using your voice or that thing you're not complaining about anymore. So did that heal? Oh yeah, that did heal. Like we get to witness each other's change and be inspired by it. Oh, I want that for myself, right? That's almost where the negative ego, we can actually that's maybe the only positive of the negative ego, which is like, I want that too, right? It's like, and maybe that's not even negative ego. Maybe that's actually our higher self speaking, or like the expanded version. It's like, no, I want that well-being as well. So we get to see that in each other and be uplifted by that. So yeah, I love that. We're never healing alone.
Thank you, Jennifer. I'm going to call in one more person whose video is not on. Let's see if you're here with us, Charmaine. Are you here, darling?
Just a beautiful face.
Just a beautiful face.
Sorry, I am here. I was
Yay!
So I didn't have my video on because I was listening to you guys while I was in the car. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Would you like to share a little bit about your goals?
Yeah, I actually wasn't really sure entirely. I went through some significant health issues in the last year, and kind of joined more out of like curiosity to see. I've never been part of a health group or something like this, so it was more actually just out of curiosity to see like kind of what would transpire, what could be gained. I was mostly attracted to, truthfully, I have done Jamie's yoga classes at Santa and I've been missing them significantly, so that was part of it. But yeah, it was trying to figure out, I guess, like how to heal my I've been recovering from a brain injury, a traumatic brain injury, and something called topical steroid withdrawal syndrome. So I've also been curious about how to heal both of those things more naturally. I tend to try to do most things naturally, but have never gone through the topical steroid withdrawal syndrome issue before. So just thought that maybe this could be an outlet to help with some potential, just like tips or suggestions, or potentially nutrition or herb-based suggestions for some of the inflammation that I'm going through. Or I don't I didn't have definitive goals, but that's kind of like what brought me to it.
Yes.
Beautiful. You just being here and being curious is great. And also loving J-Love's classes because they're awesome. And so, all of us are going to be here, whether we're on the call now or watching in the future, for different reasons. And you get to take, and that's why our 360-degree approach is that you want nutrition support, it's at your fingertips. You need the mindset. We're going to be offering that as well through guided videos, but also these conversations. It's a lot about the mindset, right? You want to feel emotionally connected and with like-minded people. That's here for you as well. You want to get fit and maybe just want to use it for that. So it's all here.
Charmaine said something, and actually when Miriam was on the call, she said it too. And this is one of our principles: is it's the ABCs of life. always be curious. And both of them said something about curiosity. And that's what helps us to get to the root of things. That's what helps us to find the awareness, is being curious about your life and about where you're making your choices from. So thank you for highlighting that and for being here.
So that leads me to, you know, again, like, so how are we going to make this change is the choices we make in a day. It's the choices. And part of that is our self-care daily habits and rituals. And so we have in Body Love, we talk about non-negotiable self-care habits, which means that they're non-negotiable with your own mind or someone else's. So there's something that you show up to, whether it's daily or every other day, but it's usually sort of that daily habit. And for example, mine would be my morning juice routine. Ever since I healed myself from chronic fatigue and chronic pain and brain fog and really brutal digestive issues and being really overweight and absolutely flattened, my juice routine, I tried to go off of it once I thought it was good. And I realized it's my maintenance. And so it's my non-negotiable. And I will bring a juicer with me if I travel. I even brought it camping because there I could find power. And so it's that important to me, right? And so what is that for you? And if you don't have one, we want you to think about that. What currently now, before you learn all the new daily self-care habits that we're going to be inspiring you over the months, what currently now can you commit to? Maybe it's a walk for 10 minutes and to get out of your four walls, as Erin said, like that kind of, like for remembering we're not in jail, even though we're being told to just stay inside, like we can actually go outside and breathe fresh air. Those 10 minutes could be life-saving. So maybe you want to start drinking more lemon water and you want to hydrate your blood and you want to support yourself with hydration. So think about that. And then we'd like you to add that in the chat box so we can see everyone's. Do you want to speak a little bit more
I
about
was going to
that?
say, yeah, exactly. Just off the top of your head, what is your current self-care non-negotiable? You can think about it for a second. It might be journaling. It might be watching 20 minutes of the most cheesy TV show, but what is it?
Or what would you like it to be and you want us to hold you accountable to? Because maybe the answer is I don't have one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make one right now and I'm going to stay accountable to it for the next month. All right. Fruit smoothie in the morning. Erin, I love your message. Yes. That's the other thing. Exchanging love. Oh my gosh. Who's energized by love? I sure am.
There's two energies of transformation.
Love.
And destruction.
Violence.
Silence.
Yeah. Those two things transform. We're here for the love. We want to start telling stories of love. Okay, so only Katie, me only time each day, going for a walk. Me time. Yes.
Only me time each day, going for a walk, bath, reading, meditation, no excuses. Yes. I love that, Katie. And Katie's got kids. There's no excuse. Yeah. She's a busy mom.
Yeah. That's, and here's something interesting. We don't have to have kids to forget me time. We can stay busy with the phone, with Facebook,
with our relationships,
with RuPaul, with, I don't know, whatever you're watching on TV.
Dare you?
This is my favorite show lately. But like, really, we can just distract ourselves. We might have nothing all day, but not really take me time, right? Like really communicating with yourself, enjoying your time. Walking in the woods. Oh my gosh. Yes. Somatic breathing. Yes. And like the two of those together.
Yeah.
Yes. It's so interesting because these little things, you're like, oh, why are we having conversations about this? This is the foundation of our well-being so we can show up to everything else in our life, right? Why is this important? It's so important.
And Jennifer says, my whole routine that I'm following with Katie's help, early to bed, early to rise. I love that, making sure that you've got that good sleep hygiene because it's as important as air and good food, quality sleep.
Yeah. And yeah, non-negotiable. And so Jennifer, I would say even go deeper with what's that one thing in the nutrition routine that's a non-negotiable? Maybe it's the celery juice. Maybe it's having a juice because I know I've given you 3 different recipes, but like maybe it's just that juice a day, right? So what is that non-negotiable for one month? because we want to hear back from you in a month and say, yeah, I did it.
And your non-negotiable will change from month to month, depending on, what you're really focusing on.
And what you need, right? And the idea here is for you to start thinking selfishly, because self-love used to be like, I know in my time, I'm almost 40, like not too long ago, it was selfish to put yourself first. And I was like, wow, we're redefining that. We're actually paradigm shifting just that.
Yeah.
It is full. It is selfish. Then be selfish, right? Like embrace selfishness, because that's the only way you're going to be great to anyone else is when you're full of love, right? Your love. And I learned this through my own chronic fatigue. My love has to be filled to then be able to serve you. But if I'm coming from exhaustion, I'm really no good for you. I'm really no good to my clients. I'm no good to my friends. I'm no good to my home. I'm no good to myself. And that's part of this paradigm shifting, because we were told our worth is equal to how hard you work and how successful you are, right? By working so hard. And it's just keep working hard, keep working hard, keep working hard. And no, this stuff that we're talking about, self-sacrifice, right? And then as we get older, we take on more responsibilities with a home, with kids, with family. And if we've been operating in that belief system, our world will crumble. It can't hold that, right? We can't operate with that belief system and take on more responsibility. And that's what I've noticed in myself and with my clients. So yeah, this is selfish. Let's be selfish.
I hate saying selfish, because I don't want to even go back to that old connotation, but it is being self-full.
Yeah.
And it is self-love. And it is the new paradigm where we get to take care of ourselves and not feel toxic guilt for it, but feel free because of it. Kara, yeah.
Just on that and thinking about the non-negotiable and thinking about the importance of being kind to oneself. Why, like, non-negotiable implies that if you don't get it right, then you're going to feel shit. So why is it a non-negotiable? Sure, try to have a fruit smoothie every day, but what if one day the neighbor comes and you have a cinnamon bun instead? Is it worth being upset with yourself? No. Like, so, but non-negotiable implies that tell us you did it every day. And I feel like it's more like these are all important ways of being. But if these are non-negotiables, then we have no room for, I feel shit today and I'm having a cinnamon bun,
Listen, it's about progress over perfection. And so if 6 days of the week you're having your smoothie and one day you have a cinnamon bun, I would say that you're winning. If you're changing that, if you're making that habit consistent for the majority of the time.
For most of the,
Exactly. Okay. And a lot of what we do is dissolving the shame that we've had around like breaking the promise to ourselves. And so it is in alignment with what you said, is just being kind to myself.
However, if we let just our negative ego and self-saboteur run wild and don't set these intentions, then let me tell you,
6 days a week you're eating cinnamon buns,
you're going to go for the cinnamon buns.
And one day you're having a smoothie.
So at some point you have to make these, you have to claim for yourself what you want, what inspired action you want to take. And the idea here was, because what we've come up against with our coaching our clients and ourselves is that we're like, oh, but I don't have time for that. Oh, but I have to do this other thing. Oh. Okay. So then what are we working here? We're working with the mind. So the non-negotiable is more like not negotiated, like not giving up that time for someone else, that it's just so important to you that you do that. And you could have a smoothie and a donut or whatever, or a cinnamon, right? Like you could do both potentially, but it's just starting to think in that direction, but not to beat yourself up if you don't do it. Because there's days I haven't had that juice and I don't beat myself up, but my body will tell me, hey, I felt better with the juice. So then I'm inspired to do it again. And ultimately, Body Love Mission is about listening to the body. It's about your own intuition. It's about your own connection and self-love, that you lovingly want to respond to your body's calls. They're calling out, it's calling out to you. Hey, I need this. Hey, I need that food because I know that food has this vitamin and I need that vitamin. Hey, I need that. It's that wise, right? And so returning to our intuitive eater is something that's a result of the work that we do with our clients. You start to intuit what you need. And you don't have to say, hey, Katie, what do I need? Hey, Jay, love, what do I need? At first, yes. That's okay. But eventually our win for you is like, oh, I need that orange. Yeah, I totally need that orange right now. Not like, oh, fruit's bad. I don't know, should I have it right now? It's not here. You go here. You go inside and you just listen. right? So we're also going to be clearing a lot of the junk that has infiltrated like truths and interesting information in the health world. And we're not going to say, just take our word for it. We're going to ask you to listen to your body and how it feels. Because yes, we're all at different parts of our journey. And yes, we will need all different, like we have a relationship with food, that we will need different foods at different time of the year and different points in our evolution as humans. Absolutely. So it's not 100% right, 100% wrong, but it's about bringing that information forward. Like, should we be on keto and paleo and putting all of this meat in our body when every single cell runs on carbohydrate, sugar for fuel? Like, that's really what the main fuel source is. And so these things that come in fruit form are also bound to amazing nutrients that give you life, right? So some of the food plans out there are actually kind of like, people are becoming more sick and more ill because it's not what's right for their body. So it's about what's right for your body.
Well, you both are living proof because you're timeless. You've got that youth and that glow.
Meet me 10 years ago, I was 35 pounds overweight.
I
was
over 100 pounds overweight.
Yeah, this is because of what we have done. Yeah. Like depressed, I wouldn't even be talking to you right now. I wouldn't be seen on Zoom or anywhere. So it's like, thank you. And know that we have definitely come from a dark, dark place. And that's it, you know, and that's why we're inspired to do what we do. Because we've like lived interesting lives. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. So is there anything, you know, we wanted to also open up space, but I feel like we've done it through our shares. So is there anything anyone else wants to add into the circle, or, you know, you can reach us at any time through that email that I keep sending you stuff with. And I want, and clearly you're here, so you are receiving the emails. I know some of them were going to junk for some of you. So I just wanted to make sure you are getting the emails, but you can shoot us an email at any time.
And we're also considering doing another Zoom call this month because personally, I feel like it's something that people really want. And I heard a lot of you mention community. So I think it might be nice to gather a second time through the month. And what we're going to do is we're going to just give you lots of freebies to give you as much value as possible over this month. And then we're also going to ask for you to give us a little bit of feedback, what's really working, what you see the value in, and what you're actually not interested in, so that we can start to tailor this program and really allow you to feel supported in the way that you need to be supported right now for whatever you're working on.
And the other piece that we're playing with, it's like, well, how do you connect with each other without us? And this like once or twice a Zoom call a month. And so there's something called Slack channel, which we can invite you in, and we can actually have headings. So like you can put your ask a nutrition question, or you can say, hey, I found this new recipe I want to share with the group. Or, hey, I'm going on a hike in Hockley Valley this weekend. Does anyone want to join? Because this is what we want. We want to have you meet other people. I mean, we have 40 people signed up this month. And so there's all these beautiful humans, like-minded humans. We can learn from each other. We can meet each other. Yeah. And so if you're interested in that, there's no pressure to do it, but we thought that that would also be a way to encourage the connections. So I think we're going to try all of these things.
And Slack is a free app, just sort of like a WhatsApp. It just gives you the ability to have different topics that you're chatting about.
And it's for organizational purposes. You're not going through the whole feed. It's way better for organization as well. So it'd be
because
like
we'll send guided meditations to you. We'll send little things throughout the month. So I think it's a nice way. And also, if you find something inspiring and you want to share it in the community, that's a nice place to do it. And I know a lot of people are trying to get off Facebook, so I totally get that. And we just felt like this might be a nice alternative. So we'll get your feedback on that. It seems like there's a lot of nodding going on. So we'll send an invite out over the weekend for the Slack channel, and we'll add you in.
Let's finish with some.
We're going to finish with a bit of grounding. So just get comfortable in your body again. Close your eyes. And actually, I feel inspired by Erin saying, like, I want to get my warrior back.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. And so there's so many different ways that we can actually ground into our body. This is just one tonight. And with your eyes closed, I want you to make fists or open your palms and just start to tap on your chest. And Katie's already doing it. She's got her mouth open and she's
sound vibration, your inner sound healer is so phenomenal. It's like a massage for every organ, every cell in your body.
And we're just going to keep doing this. Big breaths, making sound. And just tapping on different parts of the chest. Keep going, keep going.
It's gonna help move energy and emotion. So if there's anything stored in the heart, in the throat, you might bring it to the surface. You can breathe it out, laugh it out, yawn it out, cry it out, whatever.
Keep going, almost there. And then you're going to sweep down your arms, down the front of your body. And exhale through your mouth. Behind your head, down your chest. Down your arms. Right?
Woo.
That's good, right?
There's a practice for you. You can try that this week. Anytime you want to generate energy or you want to move energy, right?
Exactly.
You're driving, you're like, oh, I'm feeling a little tired. Start just one hand here, one hand on the wheel, and just like breathing, and yeah.
Exactly. Excellent. So thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you all here. This was really fun. And keep following the emails. If you know anyone who you think would benefit from this container, invite them in. We are on a mission to help people take better care of themselves, to help people love themselves more. And we need you, we need community to continue to build that wider than we are now. So please feel free to extend. Everyone is welcome. All bodies. It doesn't have to just be female identified bodies. Doesn't matter what you have, as long as you have a beating heart and the willingness to show up for yourself. We're here to hold
Puppies are
space. Yes, we love puppies.
Yeah, puppies and cats. Invite them too.
So have yourself a beautiful evening, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We love you.
We love you.
Love to all of you.
Right.
Bye, beautiful humans.
Bye, babes.
Ciao.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.